How's it going, guys? For today, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I started getting pretty sick last night, but today's the only day this week I'm gonna have to make a video, and I decided to do something somewhat easy for myself. So I'm going to do a breakdown of the general chords of "And She'll Never Be Alone Again," which is the first song I ever did on 8-string. It's the song that right now has the most views for my channel on YouTube, the one that got all this started. So I figured it's a good place to start. Plus, hopefully the CD will be all done and ready to go into production maybe next week. I now have hired the third artist to get my CD cover finished, since I've had issues with the first two, but hopefully that'll be all taken care of and done by the end of next week. I can get in production and finally get this whole thing over with. But this is, I guess, kind of like the forefront of my 8-string songs, and it's one that I love doing live now because I just loop the whole thing, and then I get to do the second guitar part. But I'm going to run through the chords for the first part of the song, the first half. Since the second half it just loops the same chords, adds another layer on top of it. So let's start running through it and see what we got. Alright guys, so I'm going to run through the first little chord sequence. I'm going to break this into a couple different parts, but the first one's going to be the repeating part at the beginning, and it goes like this. Alright, so it starts out with, I guess what I'd call a D dominant 7/6 chord. It's A on the F sharp, so 3rd fret, and then a minor 7 on G, open G string, then a 9th on the B, open B string be the 9th, and then a major 6th instead of a major 3rd in a normal dominant chord on the F sharp, which is the 2nd fret on the E string. And the next chord, which is a D minor 6th, or sorry, a B minor 6th. It's a open B, the low B string, and then a G, B, D on the 5th fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G, and 3rd fret on the B string. So you got it's a minor 6th, but with no 5th. So you just got a 1, 6, and then a repeating 1 octave, and then the 3rd. The next chord, which is just a normal G major 7 chord, very common shape, but it goes from a little lead up from the F sharp on the E string on the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret, making the G. Very common chord shape. You've got G on the root, then F sharp on your D string, B on your G string, and D on the B string. And then for the little slap part, all I'm doing is going from a G major 7 to a G major 7 sharp 11 or flat 5, which I'm just dropping that D down to a D flat or a C sharp. And it repeats that twice. Then the 3rd time goes back to that A dominant 7/6 chord, and then you're gonna slide that F sharp all the way up to the 10th fret, and then pull off. So, and then you're gonna come down on a D major 6th chord. That's a D on the root. Then you've got B on the D string, F sharp on your G, and then A on the B string. So you've got 10 on E, 9 on D, 11 on G, and 10 on the B string. Now you're going to drop the root chord, or the root note, down to the F sharp string, down to C sharp, and then we're doing I guess it'd be a C sharp minor 6th, but again with another chord with no fifth in it. So you've got C sharp on the bottom, on the 7th fret of the F sharp. Then you're going to the 9th fret of the D string, which is going to be B. That's your 7th. E is going to be on your G string on the 9th fret. That's your 3rd. And you've got A, which is going to be your 6th, which is your 10th fret on the B string. And then all you're going to do is resolve that 6th on top down to a 5th, or an A flat, whatever you'd like to call it, which would be a normal C sharp major 7 chord. You're just dropping the root down. Then you're going to go down to B and do a B minor 6th, another very basic shape if you study any extended chords. It's B on the low E string, and you've got G, D, and F sharp. So 7th fret on the E, 5th fret on the D, and then 7th on G and B as well. Make it a normal minor 6th. And now this one we're going to go from minor 6th to what I call a minor 7 add 4. So I'm barring straight across the 5th fret from the F sharp all the way up, F sharp string. So we're hitting a B, B on the bottom. And then again I'm just hitting the D, G, and B strings, which are going to be A, D, and E as I'm fretting them. So you've got B on the bottom, then you've got A on the 7th fret of the D string, you've got D on the 7th fret of the G string, and then E on the 5th fret of the B string. So I call it a minor 7 add 4. Instead of a 5th, we're using the 4th. So you got 1, 7, 3, 4. Then I slide up to what it's a D 13th chord, a major 13. So you've got D on the bottom, which would be on the 10th fret of the E string. Then we've got a C sharp, which would be our major 7 on the D string on the 11th fret. Then we've got an E, which is going to be the 9th. That's going to be on the 9th fret of the G string. And then F sharp and B, which are going to be our 3rd and our 13th, which is going to be the 7th fret on the B and D, or B and E string. And at first I'm just doing a 9th chord, so I'm not playing that 13th on top. And then I hit the 13th separately. So you got and then I go down to what I refer to as I guess it'd be a minor 13th chord. But again, I'm doing the same thing. I guess I'm really only playing the 9th. I'm not really hitting the minor 13 on top. But I've got it'd be a B minor 13. You've got B on the E string, 7th fret. Then you're hitting the 7th fret on the D as well. 6th on the G. 3rd on the B. And then I alternate from the B on the E string and the B on the open B string. So you got and that chord's a little bit of a stretch. And then for the little tapping part, I'm going back to that B minor 6 chord. And I'm actually strumming it with my pointer finger. So and then I'm tapping on the 12th fret of the G and B, and the D and G. So here it's a 3rd, and then pull off, and then a 4th from the D to G. And then I do a kind of a hit open, and then I hammer onto the G major 7 chord. to where it repeats. I'm just doing a B minor 7. So you've got B on your low F sharp. And then you're just playing normal minor 7 shape, just the 7th fret straight across D, G, and B. In case you haven't noticed, I really enjoy chords where I'm just using the G, G, and B in their root. I guess they're what I'm most comfortable with. So you've got, and then all we're going to do is move the root. So we're going from 5th fret on the B string to that ringing out minor 7 chord. And then we're just going up, root, 2nd, 3rd, hit it again. And then we're going to go to 5th and 6th, which will be your 7th and 8th fret on the B string. And then down to the 3rd fret on the F sharp. Chord again, 4th fret on the F sharp, ring out. So you're doing a little chromatic. Back up to the normal B minor 7. Do the same thing, but then you end on the minor 6th of B, or I guess the 8th fret on the B string. Does a 4 count, dot, 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 and then back into the chords again. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to hit me up. Or any other songs you would like me to go over from the upcoming CD or any of my YouTube videos, please feel free to let me know. If you did enjoy this, as always, I would love for you to subscribe. So let's check me out on all my other outlets surrounding my face right now.